Today we started our new mini PBL project. Reminder that PBL stands for Project-Based Learning. We started by looking at a picture. We looked at this picture and we were wondering, what is this? What does this have to do with us? And how do you think they got this image? Then you watched a video, and this video instructed some important information about a virus. We need to move on to the next step. Our next step in the PBL process after the entry event is the video that we just watched, is figuring out what is our driving question and what do we need to know about our driving question. Let's take a look. Our driving question for this mini PBL project is, what do we need to know about COVID to stay safe in our communities? In order for us to research this driving question, we need to start coming up with a list of questions that can help us better understand. When we see a driving question, instead of trying to answer it right away, we want to create a list of wonders or questions that will help us research our topic. We call these need to knows. Your job next is to create a list of things that we need to know in order to answer this question. One thing that I might start with is I notice that in this question that it doesn't just say what is COVID. Notice how that's not the driving question. There's pieces to this that I need to know. So one question I may need to answer in order to answer the driving question is, this word COVID. Do I need to know what COVID is in order to answer this question? Absolutely. However, there's another word in here that I'm looking at, and that word is community. That means that in order for me to answer this question, I need to know how COVID affects our communities. Well, what are those things that I need to know about my community in order to answer this question? I have to think about the community that I live in. I have to think about what is a community. Is a community more than just the city that I live in? The other words that I'm looking at is stay safe. The last piece, in order to answer this whole question, I need to figure out ways to stay safe. What are some of those ways that I need to stay safe? What does safety mean when we're talking about a virus? What I'd like you to do, and I just gave you an example or modeled a few questions that you may want to write down. But for today in science, you'll need to set up a need to know list in your science notebook. Please come up with at least 5 to 10 need to know questions and be ready to share them out